Okay, this is our Module 1 lesson for 1.06, 1.07, and 1.08. So go ahead and have your lessons pulled up. You should have a couple of tabs open. Have your lesson, have your pace chart, and your notes pulled up. So there's 3 lessons this week, and there's no school on Monday, but there are 3 lessons this week. 1.05 Evaluate Mediums, there's a quiz. 1.06 Context Clues, quiz. And 1.07 Mature Writing, which is also a quiz. So this week you'll have a lot of reading and quizzes to do, and we're going to go over a short review of what's expected from each lesson. So for all lessons, you want to read through the lessons and take your notes. The easiest way to do this for language arts is to turn your objectives into questions. So at the top of each of your notes, you should have your objectives turned into questions. And then once you've gone through that and you've taken your notes, read through your lessons, the next thing you'll want to do is go to your grade book and take the quiz. Okay, remember we always go through grade book to take the quiz. And then if you take the quiz and you don't do that well on it, the next thing you want to do is repeat if necessary. So that would mean going back and rereading the lesson, adding to your notes, and then going to gradebook and taking the quiz again. So 1.05 this week is the study of context clues, which should be a review for most of you. The objectives for this is after completing this lesson, you will be able to, and what we've talked about doing is change those objectives into questions. So highlighted in yellow is how I change those objectives into questions. This should go at the top of your notes. So how do I identify meanings of words using context clues? What are different strategies to find the meanings of words? So as you read through 1.05, these are the things that you're keeping in mind. How do I identify meanings of words using context clues? And what are the different strategies to find the meanings of words? At the end of lesson 1.05, you should be able to answer those questions. And then once you read through 1.05 on your own, again, this is serving as just an introduction. I still want you to go through 1.05 on your own, take the time, read through the lesson, answer your objective questions. And then this is kind of a summary, and this is directly from the lesson about context clues. So what do you do with an unknown word or idiom? You can use the dictionary, or you can use context clues that surround the word. So if you use context clues to surround the word to help you figure out the unknown meaning of a word or idiom, you can use inference, antonyms, synonyms, and definitions. To review for the assessment in the final exam, review the information in this lesson. Oh wow, so you mean this might be on not just my quiz and my module exam, but the final exam? That's why it's really important that you're taking good notes, because remember, you can use those notes for your DBA and for your exams. So as you go through 1.05, keep an eye on those objective questions and figure out what you can do with context clues to help you determine the meaning of unknown words or idioms. And then the next one, 1.07, is after completing this lesson, you will be able to, and here are your objectives. How do I improve the maturity of writing through outside resources? What can I do to identify common pitfalls of immature writing? And as I'm going back, I'm noticing that I put this as 1.05, but this is actually 1.06. So this is 1.06 as context clues for you guys. So 1.06, so I'm sorry if I apologize if I confused anybody with that, but 1.06 is context clues. So 1.07, mature writing, your objectives. After completing this lesson, you will be able to, so how do I improve the maturity of writing through outside resources? What can I do to identify common pitfalls of immature writing? So 1.07 talks to you about how to make your writing more mature and more higher level. And as 8th graders, it's important that you're showing that in your writing. So you want to improve your maturity using outside resources in your writing and identify the common pitfalls of immature writing so you know how to change those. So mature writing, again, I want you to go through 1.07 and I want you to read it on your own. Take your lessons, take your notes, turn those objectives into notes. And then you should look at the end. This is one of the graphs from lesson 1.07. And you want to look at mature writing. Right? It is your choice to raise the level of your writing, and that's what I really want for you guys, and I know you can all do that. So the dictionary can help you understand root words, and a thesaurus can help you find mature alternatives to simple words. Use a thesaurus with care. There's no need to overuse it. So you want to sprinkle in the thesaurus. What that means is I don't want you to look up every other word in a thesaurus, but a few words here and there can help raise the maturity level of your writing. And then 1.08, implicit or explicit meaning. The objectives for 1.08, you should be able to identify the explicit meanings in a text and identify the implicit meanings in a text. And this should be a review for a lot of you. But let's look at briefly, again, I expect you to go through and read the lesson and take the notes, but let's review briefly implicit and explicit meaning. Implicit meaning. What implicit meaning does? It refers to the implied meaning of the text. The implicit message in a text is often hidden. To find the implicit meaning, ask yourself questions about the writing. So implicit or implied meaning is within the text, and you need to analyze and investigate the text to find out the meaning. Explicit meaning, on the other hand, refers to the obvious message in a text. And the best way to remember explicit is to think of an exit sign. An exit sign is right there and it's directly stated. You can see that it means exit, where you need to leave the building. Okay? It's the obvious message in a text. So explicit is the obvious, implicit is more implied. So in this lesson 1.08, you're looking at the implicit and explicit meanings of a text. And that should be a review. Again, I expect you to go back through the material and read through lesson 1.08, and take the notes on that. And then at the end, for each of these, you'll take the quiz through Gradebook. So your reminders, due Friday, 1.06, context clues. There's a quiz. 1.07, mature writing quiz. 1.08, implicit or explicit meaning, and a quiz. So you have 3 lessons for language arts that you need to read through this week. Take your notes and do quizzes on those. No live lesson the following 2 Mondays, September 3rd and September 10th. We are off. You can still work on those days, the teachers just won't be available. Please check your pace charts for the recordings. So I'll have the recording, obviously you're watching this one, and then the one for the following week. Looking for credit for watching this recording? Send me a text with what type of animal is holding the don't forget sign on the slide. And as always, if you need help, please call or text me with any questions so I can help you out. Thank you guys for watching the recording. I hope it helped you go through the lessons for this week. If you need anything, please give me a call or send me a text. Have a great day, guys. Thank you.